Hey Mixers, welcome back to another NBA player props video. I'm filming this right after the Nuggets game just ended, so all of our picks are reviewable. We didn't do so great, haven't been on a great run with the NBA so far, but let's jump into it. Let's try and change that with our Flex Friday, or what used to be Flex Friday. All right, let's jump into that. All right, guys, so first we need to review today's picks, and today I only gave out 2 picks, so I gave out Jimmy Butler under 5.5 rebounds. He did have 5. He had 4 before the game went into overtime, and then Cam Johnson did not come through. He only had 3. Aaron Gordon was the play. I told you in the video that I was thinking about doing Aaron Gordon, and he went off on points and rebounds. So that was the play. I just wasn't sure what nugget to bet on because they were all questionable. Like Jokic was questionable, Aaron Gordon was questionable, Jamal Murray was questionable. I didn't trust any of it. So yeah, the pivot was a bad move. But because my picks were so bad going into today, that 1 in 1 day, 50% actually brought my percentage up to 45.45%. So we're getting closer to that 500 level, which is like the bare minimum, guys. So I'm just trying to get to that bare minimum for you. The bonus bet did not hit, but we only expect to hit about 1 in 3 of those anyway. SGA only had 5 assists, and that was a little bit frustrating. The game was a little bit closer than I had expected. And yeah, in that game, I should have just gone with the easy Pascal Siakam bet. Now, I do have my Colts hat on today, so I'm hoping, because the Pikachu hat didn't bring us any luck. So I'm putting on the Colts hat because they have been dominant this year so far, and hopefully that will bring us some luck for today. I have quite a few picks for today. Well, tomorrow, whatever. Whenever you're seeing this, it's Friday. So my first bet here is going to be Miles Turner over 5.5 rebounds. And if you shop around, you can actually get this one for some plus money because it is not favored to hit. So over the last 4 out of 5 games over the past 2 seasons with Miles Turner against Toronto, he has hit this, but that was with the Pacers. So he did just have 8 against the Wizards in game 1. So I'm not really sure why he can't get here. Obviously, the Raptors are going to be a better rebounding team than the Wizards, but I still think he can get us to just 6. So I'm going to take a shot on this and take some extra money from the books because they are not favoring this to hit. And so I will take that extra payout. All right, Wendell Carter Jr. over 8.5 points. Now, first of all, I like everyone on the Magic. I like Paolo to go over his points. I like Franz Wagner to go over his points. I like Franz Wagner for his assists, which could go to Wendell Carter Jr. I just like everybody. I like Desmond Bane. I like them all. I like this to be a really good game with a high total, hopefully. But I ended up going with Wendell Carter Jr. I just think this is too low of a line for him when he has had, really good history against this team. He's averaged 12.7 against them over the past 2 seasons. He did have 9 against the Heat in game 1, which is a much tougher matchup in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Wendell Carter Jr., but I would love to hear in the comments who on the Magic you think is going to have a good day, scoring points and go over their line. All right, Kevin Durant, we are going to him, which is funny because I normally don't like him, but the stats are just crazy on him for this game. Over 33.5 PRA. He averaged 47.3 against the Pistons when he was on the Suns over the past few seasons. He had 35 versus the league champs. Now, I know that game went to overtime and double overtime, I think. But Kevin Durant didn't really do much in the double overtime. He only, I think, made 1 shot in overtime and none in double overtime, or the other way around. So he didn't even need the overtime to get to that 35 PRA. So now against the Pistons, who are a much improved team, I will admit, but I think they were already trending that way last year as well. So yeah, I like him over this 33.5 PRA. I did see it moving already to 34 on Prize Picks. Rudy Gobert over 19.5 PR, and this has moved to 20 on some books, but I got it on Sleeper for 19.5, so you can still get it. This one's a little risky, so he's over and well over this line in 100% of regular season games. So these first 6 games against the Lakers were all regular season games, and then these last 5 games were all playoff games. So he was only over in 1 playoff game, but he was over in 100% of regular season games. So it's really like a tale of like 2 Rudy Goberts, regular season Rudy Gobert and playoff Rudy Gobert. So I'm hoping, since it's the regular season, we can get back to regular season Rudy Gobert. but I don't know. So we'll just have to find out. I'm willing to take the risk on this one. You guys don't have to follow me if you don't want to. All right, Ivica Zubac, he is our thumbnail. Over 14.5 points. He averaged 20.7 over the past few seasons against this Heat team, or the Suns team, excuse me. And he did have 19 in game 1 against the Jazz in a loss. Now, the Jazz aren't hard to score on. That wasn't really surprising that he was able to get 19 against the Jazz. But I'm a little bit surprised at this line here. The Suns, I guess we're getting the line. I guess the only reason I can think of is that it could be a blowout, here. But that's what they also thought about the Jazz game. So we don't really know. They did lose Norman Powell, so I think Zubac will be asked to score a little bit more. All right, Davion Mitchell over 9.5 rebounds and assists. This is just a lean. So the reason this is just a lean is because this line was 7.5 in the first game, and he dropped 18 rebounds and assists. So they moved the line up to 9.5, which I still think is too low for him. So he has been working up to this role. So, if you look at his entire history or like his head-to-heads, it's not going to look very good. But lately, in the past season, he's been playing a lot better in this role. So I don't know if they bumped it up enough to keep up with his new role. I'm going to take the over. It's just a lean, though, because it's a little risky because they've already bumped that line a couple of points. I do think that we should be seeing this at around 9.5, at least 9.5 consistently. And, the Magic are a much better team, in my opinion, than the Grizzlies. And so if he dropped 18 on the Magic, I think he can get 9.5 on the Grizzlies. All right, and then bonus bets. So this is plus money, guys. Jalen Brunson over 2.5 3-pointers made. I absolutely hate betting on Jalen Brunson because I don't like him. But he's over 100% of the time in home games versus the Celtics over the past 2 seasons. 100% of the time in home games versus the Celtics. So I hope he just shoots a bunch of threes here for some plus money. Rudy Gobert double-double. We are getting this for insane plus money. Plus 168 for a guy who did this regularly during the regular season. And you would have to pay juice to get this. Now we're getting it for plus 168. So I'm going to take a chance on it. We're already betting his PR, but I'm also going to take a chance on the double-double. All right, so here is the summary of that. We've got Miles Turner, Wendell Carter Jr., Kevin Durant, Ivica Zubac, and Rudy Gobert. You can take a screenshot of that. For the cash giveaway, just make sure to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and put in the comments 2 of these 5 best bets that you think will hit. And then if you want to leave comments on any of the picks or any other advice, I need some help getting started here in the NBA, apparently, because I've had kind of a bad opening 2 days. So the first day was all right, but yeah, it's been kind of bad. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. And then the leans here: Davion Mitchell over 9.5 rebounds and assists, the 2 bonus bets, and then I do have. There's no props up yet for the Warriors and the Trailblazers game, but the Warriors Nuggets game just ended, so those should be coming up soon. I will take a look at them, but I'm not really. I'm happy with the bets we have. If anything comes up, I will definitely add it in the pinned comment on YouTube as usual. All right, thanks, guys.